Now available in paperback and coming to Kindle Unlimited. John Haynes, Dark Succubus. The man who rules the world is tempted by a sultry succubus in this all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Dark Succubus in paperback or pre-order on Kindle Unlimited today. There's a social engineering campaign being waged by mainstream media to make black women believe that white men see them as partners for a relationship. And the latest person to try to capitalize on this social engineering campaign is your Tyler Perry. Now, your Tyler Perry is going to be producing a new political drama, The Oval, where he will be serving as writer, director, and executive producer of a series where we will be seeing what goes on behind the scenes at the White House. And in this new series, The Oval, Tyler Perry has cast a white man, Ed Quinn, to play the President of the United States, and he has cast a black woman, Cron Moore, to be his First Lady. Now, what I find to be quite troubling about this series is the fact that here we have a black man producing a series about a president on a black network, and instead of him trying to focus on elevating the image of the black man, he decides to go out here and place a white man in the lead role. If that's not self-hatred, I don't know what is. And even more disturbing is your Tyler Perry, a black man who made his money on black audiences, is going out of his way to participate in this social engineering campaign meant to destroy the black family and destroy the concept of black on black love in young black girls' minds. Because this social engineering campaign is not just meant for this generation, it's meant for the next generation. And we can see that social engineering campaign being targeted at the next generation when we take a critical examination of the casting of Halle Bailey as Ariel in the new Little Mermaid movie. Because in that casting, that movie was meant to be targeted at young children, and what they wanted to do is give you a black Ariel and then have her with this white prince. And what that's about is saying that the white man is not only considered to be a partner in a relationship, he is considered to be the most ideal partner in a relationship, because you have a black prince, not a black prince, but a white prince, and this white prince is going to be the one who is going to lift you up out of the ghetto, which is what the under the sea is, and take you to another level. And we see the exact same thing being presented in this oval, because in this oval, here we have the white male president of the United States, the most powerful man in the world, and right at his side is a black woman. And again, this is all about promoting the idea that white men can elevate a black woman to a higher level. Moreover, it is also about promoting the idea that the white man is the ideal man to go out of his way to be a protector of the black family, the ideal man to be a provider for the black family, and the ideal man to be a head of household for a black family. And all of these concepts are what mainstream media wants to brainwash in black women's minds, and it's been doing this ever since about 2001, when Monstrous Ball came to theaters, produced by your Lee Daniels, and starring Halle Berry, a single mom who gets taken care of by your Billy Bob Thornton. And ever since that movie won an Oscar for Halle Berry, there's been an ongoing campaign to promote the idea of black women seeing white men as viable partners, and that these white men will go out of their way to be protectors, providers, and even in some cases, saviors who will take the black woman out of the ghettos and bring her up to a middle-class lifestyle. And we saw this even in TV shows like Scandal, where we saw Olivia Pope, a black woman who was in an extremely successful position, but she didn't feel elevated until she made herself the black white president's side piece. So this is a quite troubling trend, and we're seeing an escalation in promoting this social engineering campaign in media, such as, again, the Halle Bailey Ariel as the Little Mermaid, and now with the new 007, who is a black woman who will probably be in the arms of a white male love interest. And that's, again, troubling because we don't see the black man in a picture in a relationship with a black woman. And in all of this media, we're seeing it, and what's even more troubling is this media is not being produced by white people in most cases. A lot of it is being produced by black people. Black women like Shonda Rhimes were the ones who produced Scandal, and now we have your Tyler Perry joining your Shonda Rhimes in promoting media that promotes the idea that black women cannot be in a healthy relationship with a black man, and that in order for her to be in a successful relationship with a successful man, she has to go out here and get a white man. Now, what I find to be really interesting about your Tyler Perry's Oval is that in the 8 years that Barack Obama was in office, we didn't hear him trying to propose this kind of show that where a black president would be with a black wife. And I just find that to be quite interesting that you have Tyler Perry, he's got the resources now to make a show, and he had the resources then to make a show, but instead of him making a show that would elevate black men and promote a positive image of black men in media when Barack Obama was president of the United States, in that time he decided to make these coon and buffoon Medea movies that featured black men in dresses and these coon and buffoon shows like House of Pain. So he had the resources back in the days of Barack Obama, the first black president, to make a black show with a black president and a black first lady, and have a show that would elevate the black male image, elevate the black female image, and create a picture of black on black love. But instead of him making this show that would promote positive ideas about black people and empowering ideas about black people, like promoting a positive image of black manhood, a positive image of heterosexual black masculinity, a positive image of black womanhood, and a positive image of black on black love, he makes coon and buffoon movies. But when he gets the chance to actually make a political drama showing a competent black man, instead he decides to give us a TV show featuring a white man and a white first lady who promotes the idea to young black girls and black women that they need to go out here and deify and worship white men, and that if they hope to have any sort of successful relationship out here, they need to go out here and worship the God and not go out here and have a relationship that's healthy with a black man. And that's the message that this Oval show and all of these other media images are sending to young black girls, is that they can't go out here and have a relationship with a black man. And I often notice that when it comes down to these images, it's interesting that, again, the image of successful white men are shown as princes and presidents, and that these men are shown to be so powerful. However, when you have a show like your Jessica Jones, and you have a black man like a Malcolm who was on the show and starting to get himself together, when they decide to give you that successful black male and black female relationship, they find a way to sabotage that relationship. And then, instead of showing this successful black man looking for another black woman, they show this trashy, nasty white female as the choice that a black man should choose. So when it comes down to this so-called swirling and interracial relationships, they always show the black woman with the top white man, but when it comes down to showing the black man, they show him with these bottom tier ghetto ratchet women like Jessica Jones, Trish Walker, and that prostitute that was on Jessica Jones season 3. And even more insulting is that they show a successful brother who gets his stuff together like Malcolm, and his final choice for a relationship, they show him digging in the garbage to save some prostitute and pursuing a relationship with some grimy, mentally ill prostitute. If that's not social engineering, I don't know what is. And again, the message is quite insulting when you see what they're saying about black men between the lines. And what they're saying between the lines is that a black man should just settle for the scraps and the garbage white women, and they're saying that black women should go out here and look for the top shelf black men. Well, I say to both of those concepts, I want nothing to do with those, and as a publisher of positive black fiction, I can go out of my way to promote black on black love in my books, like The Temptation of John Haynes, like Spinsterella, and like A Recipe for Success. And why can't Hollywood go out here and give us that story of black on black love and show us a black man making efforts to love a black woman, a black man being a leader in a relationship, a black man being a head, a black man being a builder, and most of all, it's showing a black man being capable of loving a black woman and sharing with a black woman, so that black people can see that black men are not brutes and monsters or losers, but we are men who are human, and we want to share in a relationship with a woman. And that's one of the things I try to put in my work, and it shows how much I love black people. But your Tyler Perry, a man who truly hates black people based on what I've seen in his Medea movies and what I've seen with this Oval, this man gets a pass for producing a program which I see is a certified minstrel show and is designed to brainwash young black people, and it's designed to make them believe that, oh, this white man should be a first choice, when your first choice should be a man who loves you, and most importantly, you need to see a black man as somebody who can love you. And that's not what we're getting in much of this mainstream media, and I find it to be quite troubling that we have a show that promotes this Swirling on BET, a once black-owned network which was originally designed to elevate black people, and it was designed by Bob Johnson to give us those positive images of black people we couldn't get in other places. Unfortunately, ever since BET was sold by Bob Johnson to Viacom, BET has become just another network promoting minstrel images of black people, and this Oval is just another minstrel show where we will see another black woman playing the bed wench to a white man, and even though she's his wife, being played for a complete joke by this white man. And what's sad is, it seems like we won't be able to get any sort of images of black men with black women unless we go outside of mainstream media, like my SJS Direct imprint. It seems like that's the only way you're going to get positive stories about black men and black women loving each other, caring about each other, and wanting to work together, is to go to new black media like the SJS Direct imprint. And it's the only place where we're going to get to see healthy images of loving, caring, masculine, heterosexual black men, and we're going to see them loving a black woman in a healthy relationship. So I look at this whole Tyler Perry's Oval, and again, it is quite troubling to me, because this having a black man go out of his way to produce a political drama, he has the opportunity to show that a black man can be the president of these United States, he can be a competent leader of the free world, and he can be a man who can not only lead the country, but he can also lead his family. But instead of doing that like I did with The Temptation of John Haynes, where I showed you the John Haynes character who is a capable, competent CEO, a leader of a multinational corporation, and a man involved in a relationship with a black woman Easteen, your Tyler Perry instead wants to go out here and join the bandwagon as related to perpetuating the false narrative of Swirling and the false narrative that white men should be a black woman's first choice for a relationship and that he is the best choice for a relationship. So your Tyler Perry shows us all that when it comes down to the black community, he doesn't have our best interest at heart with his programming, and that he's more interested in programming white supremacy's ideas into young black minds, and that the white supremacist idea is the best way to go. And that's why I call your Tyler Perry a sellout, because when I look at this program, it sells out many of the important things young black men and young black women, young black boys and young black girls need in media. They need media that promotes the idea that they are loved, they are lovable, and that black people see each other as attractive and desirable. Black people see each other as valuable, and that black people can do everything out here in this world that anybody else can do, and that they can accomplish on the same level as everyone else. That's what healthy, responsible media does, and it talks about building with other black people and seeing black as beautiful, black as valuable, and seeing black as having worth. And that's why I would say avoid the oval, because it leads to a vicious cycle of self-destructive ideas, and it leads to you being programmed with a vicious cycle of self-destructive ideas that will take any black person who imbibes this media straight to the bottom. If you want to pick up some positive black media which promotes black on black love and a positive image of a black man loving a black woman, I urge you to pick up my novels, The Temptation of John Haynes, A Recipe for Success, and Spinsterella on Amazon.com in paperback or Kindle formats. You can also find them on Smashwords and the iBookstore. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.